Hello, 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 and welcome to this little introduction to the tactical changes in Football Manager 2019. So this is footage that I've taken from the capture event that was held at, well, I don't think they call it SI Towers anymore, but SI's HQ, Football Manager HQ, over the 13th and 14th of October, where I had the pleasure of joining many other creators in being invited there to just participate, which was fantastic. Met some lovely guys in form of the creators as well as lots of SI staff. But let's get into this tactical stuff first. So I think this year one of the best things is this tactical induction that it will take you through, particularly for new players, but also if you are a seasoned veteran of the game. I think it makes sense to actually just run through it as well, because there are some minor changes and also better explanations of things that you may have previously misunderstood or misinterpreted. So it's worthwhile going through all of it. But this video will just take you through all the various bits and pieces of not necessarily what's featured in the tactics induction, because that's for you to go through. But there's a few sort of observations I've made. Now, first of all, the little animations to the right hand side of the descriptions of the various tactical styles, which are also new for Football Manager 2019, whereby you can select popular tactical styles of current managers, I guess. So you've got control possession, gegenpress, tiki-taka, vertical tiki-taka, or sarri ball as some will call it, wing play, route one, fluid counter-attack, direct counter-attack, catenaccio, park the bus, and then you've got the bottom, which is create your own style, which is more of the, I guess, how it exists in Football Manager 2018. The animations down the right hand side of each tactic will change depending on whether you're playing more positively or more defensively. So if you are playing one of gegenpressing, control possession, you'll notice that you are shown an attacking phase of play, whereas things like catenaccio, you are shown a defensive phase of play. If you enjoy defensive positioning, my word, are you in for a treat. Oh. So once you've selected a tactical style, you'll then be sort of suggested formations that work best with that particular style. So with gegenpress, for example, it does tell you it works best with 4-1-4-1 DM wide, which is actually the new name for the old 4-1-2-2-1 or the 4-3-3 with wingers rather than 3 strikers. There's also the 4-2-3-1 wide and 4-4-2 diamond that it's narrow, that it suggests it works well with. You can then select one of those formations on the next screen, and it will suggest roles that work best in that particular formation, which is great. I mean, some will debate whether it's great idea having 2 ball-playing defenders alongside each other, but this is the base tactic. Now, these roles do change depending on which formation you choose, which is awesome, I think. But it also shows you what roles probably would work quite well in a formation and tactical style that you've chosen. There have been some other minor changes alongside sort of the general presentation of how the tactics are shown. So you do have the 3 phases of football. So you've got your attacking, in transition, and defensive phases, which is just awesome. It makes so much sense, completely logical, and I think it really helps with the understanding of which particular instructions are to do with which part of football. And I think this is probably the closest and probably the best compromise on having something like with the ball, without the ball, that has featured in older games and what we had previously in Football Manager 2018. So we've got the creator, but we've also got visual representations of what is supposed to happen and what you're going to be doing in those transitional phases. And so it makes it easier when you are watching matches. If it's not doing those sorts of things, if you're not pressing high, it then gives you a sort of starter question as to what do I need to look at? Why am I not doing these things? Why am I not pressing high when I'm playing, or when I'm using the gegenpress and tactical style, which I think is absolutely awesome. It's giving you more hints to what you should be looking for, which can only ever be a good thing. One of my other favourite introductions to the tactics screens this year in Football Manager 2019 is the ability to be told when a PPM conflicts with an instruction that you've selected for a particular player. So in the screens here you should see Conor Polyanka is selected as a winger, but because he's got the PPM of cuts inside with ball, that conflicts with the run wide with ball instruction that the role has by default. This can only help you when you're trying to develop a tactic or trying to work out a problem as to why a particular player is going against the instructions you've given him. I guess this is an extension from when you've been told you have team instructions or player instructions that conflict with each other, and now that's also extended to PPMs, which is only a good thing. Another two minor changes that I've noticed that might go a bit under the radar and also could well come out for once the game is released. I don't know, this is on an alpha build, I will stress that. But the Carrilero does have an additional instruction of stay wider now, which it didn't have previously. In fact, the Carrilero role had no instructions, and so you only had the description of the role to go against. But now it actually suggests how it might actually play. So these are just things that I've noticed as I've been playing the game at the capture event. So there is loads of other things that I'm sure you'll have a chance to investigate and look at and go in much greater detail than I have right here. But this is just a little taster of what you can expect, and hopefully the changes will be welcomed, because they certainly are from me. If there's anything else you'd like to know that you're interested in, please drop a question in the comments section. I'll be happy to answer what I can, if I can, but I'm very much looking forward to the beta dropping so we can get started with the shulker save, so please keep your eyes peeled on the channel and on my Twitter stuffs. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please drop a like and also consider subscribing for more Football Manager content, which should be most weekdays once the beta does indeed drop. And if you don't mind following me on Twitter and on Twitch, that would be fan-dubby-dozy. That's enough from me today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.